Let us look at a program here. In this program, we are supposed to convert the temperature from Celsius to Fahrenheit, but we are supposed to use the remote objects. I'm going to start a new project. So I'll click on File, New Java Project. Let me give it a name. Okay. Remote temperature converter. You can give any name for your project. So I just give one name to the project. Let me click finish. Do not use the word remote whenever you are trying to create the project. Like, don't start with the remote, because the remote will be used for something else. So avoid using the name remote in your project. So whenever you create a project, don't use that thing. Now let me go to the my project that I have just created. So this is the project. I'm going to create a interface first. So right click, new Java interface, and I'm going to call this as iTemperature, which will be my interface. Now in order for it to be a remote object, it has to extend out of a remote which is from java.rmi. It has to extend out of this method. Okay, so java.rmi.remote. So this import statement, whenever you are writing your program, that import statement is required. Now let me write two methods. I have one method called double, and the method is convert to Celsius, and it takes you can give any name. Okay, and let me don't say convert, let's say get Celsius, and let me use it takes the temperature in Fahrenheit. Okay, now it throws remote exception. Okay, remote exception. Now notice that whenever you are doing it, whenever I did this thing, it is double. Sorry, I think spelling mistake. Whenever I am doing this, you notice that it has added one more import statement. Now during the examination, you may not remember all of them. So what you can do is you can just write java.rmi. So you notice that java.rmi is common. So I'm going to just say java.rmi.star. So when you are writing it, put a semicolon, this is going to work. Star means all the classes which are there over here. Now if you put a dot here, and all these classes are there, our methods, classes, everything is there. Now I am just saying that in the previous case I was very specific, like java.rmi.remove and something. Now I am saying that all the classes are included. So it is one line. Okay, but this is when you are writing the program, but when you are executing, NetBeans will take care of it, so you don't need to write many things over there. So let's do the other one, double dot get Fahrenheit, and it does take temperature in Celsius, and it throws remote exception. So this is only thing that you have to do in the interface. Let me go to the project, and in my project let me right click and let me create a new class. So I'm going to create a new Java class, and if this is not visible, class is not visible, go to others. So go to others. If you don't find the java.class here, go to other, and in the other, under Java, you will find Java class. So if the interface is not there, do the same thing, go to others and then do it. So when you right click here, if you don't find anything, go to other, So go to the other. If you don't find these things here, go to other and then do the select the Java and then Java class. So if this you are doing it, if you don't get that thing, if you can get it, well and good. So if you when you right click on this package, not elsewhere, if you can get the Java class, well and good. If you don't get it, then you do it. So I'm going to say temperature server, and let me finish this one. Now this in order for it to be a server object, it must extend out of unicast remote object. Okay, again, if you notice that unicast remote object is from java.rmi.server. Okay, and it implements the interface that I have just created, and I gave the interface as iTemperature as my interface. So this is what I am doing it. So this is how it really goes. Now you notice that it has added a import statement. Now you don't put star here. Remember, if you put a star here, okay, if you put a star here, this is not going to work, because under .rmi you don't find that remote object. See, if this unicast remote object is not there under this, it is under one other folder called as server, then you find remote object, that is a unicast object. So it is slightly in the second inner folder. So you don't put a star here. If you want to put a star, this is java.rmi.server.star. It should come like that. Okay, so let me go here and click on this bulb here, because there are two methods are there. There are two abstract methods are there. Let me click on this and let me say implement all abstract method. So do this one, do not start typing it, because when you type it you make a mistake and the things will not work. So always allow NetBeans to add the codes for you. If you try to do it on your own, you will make mistakes and the things will not work. So click on this bulb and then say implement all abstract method. Automatically NetBeans will go to this interface, search the method, and it will do the very needful things without the spelling mistakes. So you have that. There is one other thing that you have to do, and that is it's going to say create subclass. No, this is not going to work. I want a constructor, so I'm going to say public, and the name of my server, okay, and then I need to do this. I'll call the super method, that is I call the parent constructor. However, this one, if at all you are calling, it has to throw remote exception. Now, this is required, okay, otherwise you get an error message. One other thing you will notice here is I don't type most of the time. I just get the help of NetBeans so that I can avoid the spelling mistakes. So when I say spelling mistake, the Java is case sensitive, and when you write it, it must follow the exact case, otherwise you get an error. Now this is the body that NetBeans has created. However, it is throwing an exception here. I don't want this line, so remove this whole line and then start writing it. Now how do you let me see, where is it? Okay, I think it's already there. Okay, so how do you convert something into Celsius? You just return So if you have the Fahrenheit and other things, how do you convert it? Now this is very simple thing. Remember only this part. What is that? This part you are supposed to remember is so 1 degree Fahrenheit is equal to 9 by 5. So 9 by 5 into C plus 32. So remember this one. If it is the other way around, you have to get it. Now you are supposed to you are given a temperature in Fahrenheit, so bring it this side. So it's going to be F minus 32, then bring this part to the other side. So when you bring this part, it is going to be other way around. So this is 5 by 9. That will be the temperature in Celsius if the Fahrenheit is given. So you are given a Fahrenheit and you are supposed to get the temperature in Celsius. So let's do that thing. So it is F minus 32, and by the way, F is the variable that I have taken. This is the variable that I am using. So F minus 32, and if you are using different variable, that variable must come here. So 5 by 9, I will take 5.0 divided by 9.0. That's going to be the value. Okay, what about the centigrade to Fahrenheit? It is a straightforward thing. So how do you go about doing this? Let me slightly get it here. So this is going to return the temperature, you know very well, it is 9 by 5 into C. Now C is this variable that I have declared. If you declared something else, you have to use that 32. So that's it. Return is this spelling. Okay, return is this spelling. Okay, so you have these two things being done. Let's add so I have created the server. Now let's start the server. So I'm going to go over here to my project, and I'm going to right click on it and say new Java class, one more class. This is going to start the server. So I'm going to say start server. So that's all you need to do, start server, finish it off. Now what you are going to do, you are going to put a main method here. Again, do not start typing, control space it, and then select the main method. So public start void main. This will create the exact statement for you, or exact method for you, rather than you making a mistake and Java cannot recognize that and you will end up in trouble. So double click on it, you have the main method with you. In this main method, I am going to first create an instance of this server. That is my server just created. I want to create an object of that one. So I am going to say T server. Let's say TS is the variable name, equal to new T server. Okay. Whenever you do that thing, you know very well, whenever you call the constructor of T server, you notice that this constructor actually throws an exception, and you need to handle that exception. So how do you handle this exception? You can say add throws clause to the main method. So I add that thing, so it just says throws remote exception. So static void main and throws remote exception. So you have your server. Now you need the registry. So control space it, and you get the registry. So the registry must be java.rmi.registry. So now when you are writing it during the examination, look at this one. You cannot put java.rmi.star here, because star will only get you the exception. Registry is not there in this level. Look at the level that you have. If you put star here, that means from here everything will come, but this is other level. So look at here, it is inside that, so you can't put a star and get that thing. Okay, so it is registry.register. So let's go here and let me call it as registry is equal to, how do I do that thing? First locate the registry. So you have to locate, so I'm going to say locate registry. So you can get that thing, locate registry, again java.rmi.registry. Now you notice a common thing. Now if you look at this particular thing, up to here it is common. You notice that up to here it is common. Now you can put star here and get rid of the second statement. So this you can get rid. So how do I do that thing? Now this is only when you are writing it on your paper, not when you are doing it on the machine, because NetBeans will take care of this. So if I put star, this is going to work fine. Okay, put semicolon after that. So when you are writing it, just put registry dot star. So remaining everything will come. Okay, locate registry. Then and I'm going to say create an entry. Okay, so create an entry for that. So let me give the port as 148. Okay, 888 maybe 48. If it is higher, you can just get rid of it. Okay, so let's go to the registry, and from the registry I'm going to bind this object. So I have, what did I do is I got the registry. Now inside this registry I have to make an entry. How do I make an entry? Give a name and specify the object. So give a name here to your object. Any name will work, that's a string. So but you have to remember this name, and I'm going to say remote or maybe temperature server. You can give anything, temp server, any name you can give, but remember this name. This is the exact name that you have to search for. And the object that I'm going to bind is the object just now I have created, that is the TS. This is what I'm going to bind it. Now when you try to do it, it throws RMI.already bound exception. Do it and you get already bound exception. Okay, now if you notice over here, these up to here, these are common. So if you look at this part up to here, this is common. Now you can get rid of it by putting a star at this location. So in when you are writing the examination, that is on your sheet of paper, when you are writing it, you can just put a star here. Things are going to work fine. You don't need to remember this one. Okay, so the common thing you have to do it. Remember, I can't put star here because there is a registry followed by something else. So 2 stars you can do it. Now if let's come back to the code now. If you are able to do this, then you must be able to say that server started. Now some of them they don't get this line. They think that this is a part of the code. This is for your understanding that the things are working. So if you see this on the screen, that means you have located the registry and you are bounded the object. If you are not able to do it, this line will not come. If this line is not coming, then your server has not started. So if your program is able to come up to this line, means it has executed all these things. When I say it has executed all these things, that means it has located the registry, it has registered the object, and everything is working fine. If you are not able to do it, then the things are not working fine. This is just for your indication. Without this line also the program will work, but you don't get what is going on. So let's go ahead and let's create the client part now. So I'm going to go and I'm going to create a new Java class, and I'm going to say T client. You can give any name to your project, to your class. So I have T client now. Again, I want the static void main method. I am not going to type it. I'm going to control space it, and I'm going to get it. So get the thing done. The first thing that you are going to do is you are going to get that remote object. In order to do that thing, you need to get the registry. So get the registry from java.rmi.registry, get the registry, call it as reg. So how do I get the registry? In order to get the registry, I have to locate the, let me say, locate the registry. Okay, locate registry, and then you need to get the object. Now, oops, I will minimize it just to show you. Okay, get the object. Remember, when you are see, there are two things. When you created the server, oops, when you created the server object, you went to the registry, you wrote the reference. That is for the server. But when you are in the client side, you are getting this reference. You are not creating the reference, you are getting that reference in the client side. So on the server side you are creating it, on the client side you are getting it. So it is get a registry with the port number. Get a registry with the port number. Oops, how many times will it do that? Okay, and this number I am going to copy paste that number because I want to be very sure that the 8 that I have put is exactly same. Control C from the server side, and I go back and Control V on the client side. So this is working fine. If I am able to get it, things are good, but it's going to throw a remote exception. Click on this one and say throws remote exception. You do it, and you need a import statement, and you notice that so many import statements are being added. So from this, two things you can do it. Up to here it is common. You notice that up to here, when you are writing the program on your sheet, up to here it is common. So what you can do here is when you are writing it, you can just put registry dot star. If you don't remember all those things, registry dot star is going to work fine. Okay, again remote RMI dot star. So things you don't need to remember, things are going to work fine. Okay, so I have the registry. From this registry I have to get the temperature server. So let me say the I temperature, okay, and TS is equal to, remember I am not using the object there, so I temperature, and I will go to the registry and I am going to look up for this name. Okay, I'm going to look up for this name. I got the registry, look up for the name. So what is the name? Again, to be very sure you have used the same name, I will go to this part, that is the server part, and whatever name I have given, double click on it, Control C to copy it and Control V to paste it, so that you are absolutely sure that you are not making a spelling mistake. So this is the name I gave, and things are working fine. Now you need to typecast it. Okay, so just typecast it, and Java will do the needful, NetBeans will do the needful thing. And the last thing that you are going to do is throws not bound exception. Click on that and it throws the not bound exception, and you notice that it is not adding anything over here because these two import statement will work for you. So when you are writing it, first you write the package name, then the import statement, then this import statement. It is required whenever you are writing on your sheet of paper. So these two are really required. So with this the things are very simple. Now I need one temperature, let me say double, double, I don't know why my spelling is going, double, one temperature, I need it, and I am going to use a choice. I'll take integer choice, int choice. The current answer is, default answer is 1. Then I want a scanner. Okay, scanner comes from java.utility. Remember java.utility.scanner. If you don't remember, java.util.star will work. So scanner input equal to new scanner, and inside this I'm going to say system dot in. So I got the scanner. Then I'm going to use a do while loop. So do while choice not equal to 3. Okay, just one choice, choice. Okay, so then now only making some menus here. Okay, temperature converter, and one line to make it look like beautiful. Then yes out, choice 1 convert to Celsius, yes out to convert to Fahrenheit. I think that's the spelling. Okay, yes out, and then finally exit program. Okay, that's it. I'm not sure why that backslash is coming every now and then. Okay, then let me put yes out, one more yes out. These are just simple things that you can avoid doing it. Now for those people who don't know how to do these things, okay, for them I will show you some other shortcut, but that I think that's not required. They may ask object for doing this. Now this time I'm going to make it as print, only print here. Enter your choice, enter your choice. Okay, and then I need a variable. So let's say temp is equal to scanner. I put that input dot next double. Okay, I got the temperature. Sorry, not this temperature. I need a choice now. Choice equal to input dot next integer. So you got that. Now switch on the value. I think it should give. Switch on the value of choice. There are a few choices are there. Case is 1, then you are doing something. Okay, case is 2, then you are doing something. You are supposed to do something here. And case is 3, you are exiting the program. So you are just saying yes out, and you are saying exiting, and let me put a break after that. And default is yes out, wrong choice. Okay, what is the case 1? Case 1, you are supposed to convert it to Celsius. So first get the temperature. Temperature is input dot next double. So get that next double, and then go to the yes out and say temperature. Sorry. First you give a message, so it is not a good way, because they don't know really what is it. Enter the temperature in Fahrenheit. So you are converting it into Celsius. Fahrenheit. Okay, so somehow Fahrenheit. Okay, then temperature in Celsius is you just go to this remote object TS, I think I gave it as TS, and get Celsius and supply the temperature. That means we'll do the needful thing. And if you are very lazy like me, what you can do is you can just copy these two lines over here, whole thing. If you can do it, then only do it, otherwise type everything on your own. So you go here and then enter the temperature in Celsius, and then temperature in Fahrenheit, okay, and then you have to change this line to get Fahrenheit. Okay, that's it. Rest part is assured. So that's all you need to do it. So this is all you need to do it. Now if everything is working fine, then your program should work. However, when you want to run the program, you start the server first. If the server is running, you start the client. If the server is not running, there is no point in starting the client. So go here onto the server, right click and then run this file. You can do that thing, or you can go to this the other way around. Go to start server, right click on it, run. It is one and the same. Okay, so run this one. When you are running it, you must get the output saying that it is server started. You must get that output. Remember, if you get this output, the server is running. Okay, and very important thing here, you will click, if you click on it, you will notice that it is running something. If it is running, that means your server is running, and the only way how you can shut down the server is by closing the X mark on this or on this. So remember that whenever you are running, the on right at the bottom side of your screen, so right here, you see to it that you don't read this word running. If you read this word running, that means something is running. Close this one by clicking on this, close it, and then start doing something else. Don't try to start the server again and again, because it is already running on this port. That port is already occupied, so you won't able to run it again. Now I am executing my server part. Let's go to this client part, because my server is running. Server has started, that means I can run the client. I run the client by right clicking on it and right clicking on the client piece over here. So I have the client here, so I will run the client, and then let's see what is the output. So right click and run it, and I must be able to get the choices here. So I am going to put the choice 1 and enter the temperature in Fahrenheit. Let's say 100. I must be able to get something. I get something, that's the answer. Don't worry about it. Choice is 2. You get 100, you get something. You get something, don't worry about it. Choice 3, you get something, exiting it. That's all in this program. Thank you for your interest.